to the KDR Tournament Series. Again, you're still with Lycamea and
Archer Perez.
But if you guys recalled, right before the break, we told you guys that we were going to be announcing some giveaway winners. So I hope you guys follow the instructions in the pinned comment in the comment section down below, because who knows, you might be a lucky winner of an XSplit code.
Yan,
So,
guys.
congratulations to our 10 lucky winners of 1 month of XSplit license.
Isa-isayin natin dito. Lance Christian Parcasio, congratulations, alongside with Oliver Zaire and Kenneth Carrillo.
We
There you
also
go.
have Arvin Maligalig Shinatan, J. Luis Eco, Bob Lendel Torato, Cleon Valle, Liam De La Cruz.
Woo! Guys, again, congratulations. And ito yung maganda sa tournament natin. Hindi lang yung players natin nagko-compete get the chance to win. Kayo din, mga nanonood. Kaya sa mga hindi pa nakakasali sa giveaway, pwede pa kayo manalo dito. Just check out the pinned comment
These are the
down
prizes
below.
that you can win. Okay, again, just for a quick recap, we got Gcash prize money, Legion K500 gaming keyboard, Legion M500 gaming mouse, XSplit licenses, of course. Pero just for a quick recap, again, for those of you who are just tuning in, kakatapos lang nung laban ng Brent Esports versus Hashira.
Yes.
At ang nanalo nun ay ang Brent Esports. Pero ngayon, ang maglalaban naman ay ang AG.Nefarious and ang ating team na Chimaera. There we go. Very confusing. Minsan, kasi ang daming teams. 8 lang naman, pero alam mo yung pag sobrang hype ka na, minsan nakakalito talaga. Pero let's talk about the group stages that we're having right now, Archer.
And makita naman dito natin, guys, well-performed din ng ating mga teams dito. Brent Esports with 2-0 ngayon yung kanilang standing alongside with Atlas. Atlas, hindi lang natin papanood yung games, pero they are really doing well behind the scenes with 2-0 as well.
Ito namang sa Group B naman, we've got AG.Nefarious and Chimaera na 1-0 yung score nila, with each of them having 1 point. So, 1 point rather. So, pag tinignan kasi natin dito, meron tayong Group A and Group B. Yung consistency kasi dito is nagkaroon sila ng randomizer beforehand. Kaya na-sort itong groups na ganito. Tapos later on, if tama yung understanding ko, maglalaban ang ating top from Group A.
Yes, they're gonna be facing yung bottom naman sa Group B, if I'm not mistaken. Tama ba? Is that correct? Correct us if we are wrong. Pero they're gonna be facing up the top dogs laban sa mga lower bracket teams. Kasi they earned the spot and sila sa yung top ngayon eh. They're gonna be...
Parang more on point system. Kasi may round robin tayo. Just to avoid confusion for everyone. Kasi baka nagtataka kayo, bakit hindi namin napapanood lahat ng games? O kaya, ito naman si ganito, parang puro panalo. Bakit ganun? So, just to be clear, ayan. And kung hindi nyo nagigets kung asan yung score, ito rin, makikita nyo dito sa baba ng screen nyo. Andyan, gumagalaw yung ating updated scoreboard.
Yeah, kasi we have games sa broadcast and may mga teams tayo behind the scenes. Kaya congratulations sa mga 2-0. Ito yung next laban natin, AG and Chimaera. Both of them 1-0. So, naka-on the line dito yung undefeated status din nila, and one of these teams would come up 2-0 sa ating Group B. And let's go on na sa ating
Bans.
Bans, there you go. Map
Unahin
bans.
na natin sa AG.Nefarious dahil ang una nilang binan ay ang Ascent. Samantalang itong Chimaera, ang binan naman nila ay Bind. So, we are left with a randomizer map, which is Haven.
Yan. Yes, very interesting talaga yung Haven, and we would love to see them fight it out sa ating 3 sites of Haven.
Hindi ko na i-expound kung ano pang laman ng Haven kasi napag-usapan naman na natin yan. And I'm sure as we go along with the matches later, mas magkakaroon kayo ng deeper understanding of how the map really is. Pero for now, before we pass you guys over to our handsome casters, yes. We'd like to give some special thanks to our sponsors.
Yan, guys, so we'd love to give again huge talaga thanks to our sponsors kasi it would not be possible without them. That's why let's start off with Globe at home. You can recreate the world right at your home.
And of course, with our official PC partner, Legion Philippines and Intel, you are stylish on the outside and savage on the inside.
And this is also powered by XSplit.
And brought to you by Valorant PH and Valorant Rising. So, again with our handsome casters, Daks and Vyminal, I'd just like to ask you both, what are your predictions for this match?
like that question.
Spicy question.
Handsome bro,
indeed.
handsome bro. So you already know.
Well.
Look at that lotioned face right
Okay,
there.
okay,
Absolutely
okay,
shiny.
okay. Huwag niyo babalahin ha.
Here we go.
Mga kaibigan.
You're a beautiful man right there, Mr. Bim. But that's a good question. Predictions kaya? Kasi ito ang ating, winning team so far. And I gotta say na, buti na lang we see Chimaera. Because, honestly, they just went through the brackets, the main and wildcards. And they were never really seen. That was the funny thing na...
Para medyo tahimik yung, yung narrative nila.
Hindi nga natin sila na stream. That's the biggest thing. And then suddenly they're taking the slot. Because we already know Chimaera. They're a very close team to the VPH ecosystem. And we have seen them grow and be an amazing team no matter what. Palagi in that top 3, top 5 contention. They really can bring it against AG.Nefarious. But the last time these two guys fought, I remember AGN just wiping the floor against Chimaera there on Haven itself. So yun talaga yun eh. Parang AGN has that historical advantage right now against Chimaera. And they are really gearing up to be a team that can take advantage of any kind of situation. Chimaera in the meantime, parang they've stagnated a little bit. They're a very strong team still, but at the same time, they're still just that strong team.
Yeah. Parang you really have to level up at this point in time in the local Valorant PH circuit. So that remains to be determined. Are they going to step it up for everyone to see this evening?
Yes, it's the step-up game that we're looking for. AGN and Chimaera, they've had a lot of experience with each other, a lot of scrims and all the like. And I gotta say, for Chimaera, that's really a situation that if they don't put up right now, they might just be considered as a very good team, and that's it. Because AG.Nefarious has really gone leaps and bounds to really fight against some of the best in the scene. Nakakatalo sila ng iba't ibang mga tao. They've been winning championships. They've been going runner-up against Brent at a very close margin. So alam mo na this is gonna be a favorite coming into this tournament. Kasi sila yung runner-up no main qualifiers talaga, beating so many other opponents there for our 2 slots nun. And now we are gonna be seeing their picks. Realist on the Omen, we got Version on the Jet, Draxmov on the Breach, Bat Ghost on the Cypher, and Kevs will be on the Sova. So, pinapansin natin, wala ngayon
Nexi. Wala si Nexi. And this time, Bat Ghost will be taking his place. This is really interesting for me because I haven't seen Bat Ghost play in a very long time.
I have, actually. He played pretty well recently sa Sweaty Nights, and he does fill in the role that he can play. Pag pinilit pa siya mag-something like Duelist, pero pag Cypher, sige.
So comfort pick to. Even Kev's on the Sova.
Yeah, kita talaga natin. Kita natin na rinerespeto ng AGN, hindi lang yung tipong kalaban nila, kundi yung roster nila. They know who to swap over, and they know what to play in a situation like this. But here we go with Chimaera. In the meantime, it is going to be Worship on the Cypher. We got Ripper on the Omen. Beats will be playing again that Raze Braid Freeze. Well, actually playing that Sova, and Gadors on the Reyna. So mukhang magiging steamroll gameplay dito para sa Chimaera. They're playing that Reyna. Risky pick, but Double Duelist still gonna have them a bit of that offensive advantage.
And of course, Gador on that Reyna, always very, very scary. Napakakate tumutok ng Team Chimaera, and of course AGN as well. So they're a team that can really maximize those double duelist compositions here.
Yeah, we'll see how this is gonna work here for the side of AG.Nefarious as well as Chimaera. As here we go into Haven. This is Group B round number 2, and honestly, it's going to be a big one because we'll see who's going to be first seed coming out of this map, because these two teams have one game each in their group stage. But here we go. We have Chimaera going to be playing the defensive. It is going to be Nefarious on the offensive here. And something note for AGN is they're the ones playing the Breach right now. So they can't actually go for the flash in the pans. They're going to go for the fault lines if ever, to really just put a big stop to whatever Chimaera wants to do.
Parang yung lineup ng Chimaera at this point in time is just to sort of win out those duels and not really play the utility game at this point in time, because they don't have their Breach. Are we going to be seeing that Breach difference?
Oh, yeah. And I gotta say, though, I'm happy na Chimaera is on stream right now. I'm happy to be able to cast a game of them again, kasi it's been a while. It's been a while dito sa ating KDR tournament series. So tingnan natin, ano magagawa ng Chimaera with the spotlight on them here and now. Kasi mukhang si Worship tatakbo lang straight to the cubby. Can he actually get some takedowns here and there if someone does decide to go for the push? No, because AG.Nefarious saying that we're not going to be able to get much done on C side. We go to B instead. They know that this is going to be a very, very shortly staffed point. And with Ripper holding on to the link, and he's going to catch out Version there.
I mean, that retake is something you don't really expect on the pistol round for good reason. We'll get into that in just a bit. But
there.
Gadot just doing a very impressive work of just holding the line.
One
Right?
enemy
There
remaining.
and worship even with the flank. That A-Link so very effective there for Team Chimaera, and they wrap up that round pretty quickly. Doesn't matter if it looks like that site is open because surprise, surprise, nasa side door lang pala yung ibang mga tao.
It's a fast rotate to go on to B site,
Yes.
no? From left and right, Garage Link and A Link. And during the pistol round, you won't have enough utilities to, basically hold off the site to its maximum degree. So that's typically why you don't go for a B pick in the first round.
It's very risky. At masasabi ko na lang, first things first, happy birthday to Batgos. And second,
Oh, birthday Batgos.
and birthday, not really. Ewan ko, parang it's been a thing. Palagi
been a
na
thing
lang.
ba?
It's been a
Okay.
thing. It's been a
Oh,
thing.
happy birthday, Batgos.
Happy birthday, Batgos. Pero ang masasabi ko nga is, the thing about AGN is they saw Nexi pop off like crazy as Ripper pops the head of Jacksmop there in their last game against the Versus. Pero ngayon, wala yung top frag nila. So tingnan natin kung makukuha ang hinahabol nila kasi si Kevs, he's back on the Sova. We were talking about it na he's an amazing Sova. And right now he's playing Pumpkin as you mentioned.
One
Twice
enemy
playing
remaining.
selection. But Chimaera is making short work of AG.Nefarious right now. They are just really bringing in the pain, and Worship will go down. Worship rather will catch out version there, who will go down as that's a clean round there for Chimaera.
Let's see if they can sustain their momentum though. This is going to be the first full buy round for AGN here. But so far, Chimaera is on to a very strong start over here on defense. And ang ganda ng, ganda ng mga positioning nila dito. Yung sort of blocking ng Chimaera. They're very, very confident and they just bring in the pain, just bring in the hurt. And they have faith in their aim and their mechanical skill in this matchup.
They have faith in themselves. They have faith in their team with a 6-man rotate anyway. And right now, Real is going to be playing by the window instead. Beats though in the meantime, trying to keep an eye out here and there. Kevs though with a kill onto Gadovers first. And that's a really good pickoff. Not only is it an advantage here for the attacking side, without that Reina in the arsenal of Chimaera, no one to snowball, but Brain Freeze holding on by the short angle. He gets to, just runs in to catch out Draximov there. And Chimaera not turning things around because Ripper will catch out version as well.
One enemy remaining.
Sayang yung early pick na yun.
Oh, Ripper lang nasa loob ng site, and he just rips apart whatever offense AG.Nefarious wants to do. Chimaera making short work of those first 3 rounds though.
Yeah, this is a scoreline that I'm pretty sure they're happy about. Can't say the same for AGN at this point. Worship though, gonna be on that operator.
Mahirap talaga yung adjustments nito ng AG.Nefarious kasi not one, ibang composition nilalaro nila ngayon. Pangalawa, ibang tao yung naglalaro ngayon. And they already were able to rely on Nexi to clutch him out multiple times in that last map.
0-2 rin yung Samurais. Tama ba?
Sa group
Sa
A.
group,
Yeah, what's mo na mention?
Ay, Samurai, I mean AGN. 1-1.
Yeah, this is not second. Ripper.
My bad.
It's okay. Ripper has gotten it right though. And Chimaera again doing it and more. Mabilisan lang talaga. This is going to be a long run here for Chimaera. And they understand the situation because AG.Nefarious, with a roster like that, they need to set up. They need to at least put the breach in a spot that they can do something with
This is
CC.
like their second flawless
No,
victory.
and they're just bum rushing them.
Yeah, this is pretty much what you would expect on a double duelist lineup here. But it's
Attack on
not
the defense, attack on the attack.
Yeah, but it's not something you expect on the defense phase though. That's for sure.
Hey, they're doing it, and they're really doing an amazing job at it. They're taking advantage of the fact that Nexi is gone, and the whole roster is all based on getting set up. So if someone has to stop Chimaera right now, it has to be Version, because Version is the one who whips out an operator suddenly, and tempo will immediately change. But right now, Gadowers is just feeling it. He is going to be able to get that first kill onto Version. Chimaera right now using the Reina, of course, to start things off strong. At mukhang ito na ang magiging A-push kaya dito sa Team AGN kasi naghahanap silang paraan dito sa gitna rin.
Yeah, Chimaera looking very, very on fire right now. Just getting those early picks here and there. They're not afraid to contest those offensive angles here.
Yeah, mga ito pa rin. Chimaera nag-iintay sa may A short mismo. In the meantime, Ripper still holding on to A-Link. Very effective angle, but Batgos now with a shutdown on Gadot. Good pick off there. From the shadows though, over to the high ground. And Realist getting a vantage point, but the paranoia into play. Counter paranoia. Mukhang bulag sila pareho.
Right.
Vision versus Vision. Someone needs to go to EO sometime. But Worship will bring the operator there. Realist will get caught by the wall bang.
That's the thing Pag TP Omen, the first thing they check is always always on heaven. Diba? So parang it's a very, very risky thing to actually go onto heaven when you're TPing as Omen.
Yeah,
30
really is,
seconds
'cause it's
left.
a common angle you want to go on. It's a common site or common spot that he wanted to secure the A site in the first place, but it's Raximov now catching out beats. The slower pace is actually working out better here for AG.Nefarious because they're finally getting the angles that they need. Ripper, though, playing by long instead, sees a bit of the Cypher there, doesn't secure the takedown because of the position, and does get ding onto the breach, but Bad Ghost will swing to get that takedown instead, and Brain Freeze with a shock dart on the default. Draxmov does get caught.
One player
Those
remaining.
lineups come in handy, but Kevs takes down Worship.
Peekaboo on the garage. Chimaera looking around for a little bit more. It's up to Brain Freeze to clutch this out. But with the Cypher and the Sova in a good spot, I really think they can just spam it down and go for intel to take this win. Up to Kevs though. Can you get that
player
with
remaining.
that takedown? But the refrag is on. And AG.Nefarious, tempo slowed down, finally getting that round.
I mean, at that point, kasi kung napaka-aggressive na opponent mo, if they're not afraid to push and take on those offensive angles, you have to punish their aggression and have to tone it down. You can't fight fire with fire in a matchup like this. You can tone it down and sort of play it slow, draw it out, and AG.Nefarious understands that. They understand their win condition, and you know, this is perhaps something they can do to counter a steamroll here.
Yeah, if they find a way to slow things down, it can help. But I gotta say though, big props to Kevs because, you know, we were a bit harsh on the guy last game. This time he's really doing what he needs to do without their other fragger in the roster. That's what I love to say about AG.Nefarious. Even though they understand that what the game is all about, then they can really step up, especially in comfort situations like this. Kev's top frag. Other members though of AGN do need to wake up because they still have 0 kills, so it's up to them to play as a team and make something happen. Spear right now from Brain Freeze to start things off. Does get the quick little tag onto the Cypher, I believe, but Raximov catches out Worship instead. And AG.Nefarious now allowing themselves to get back into their footing with the speed that they're playing in so far. And over though, inside sewer, goes to the bar, does get 2! He just holds, and Bat Ghost cannot secure that kill.
And that's really the power of Arena right there, winning out those 2 situations. Any other agent would have fallen at that point in time when he gets a 3rd kill as well onto Verge.
Yeah, Feast or Famine, and he's feasting right now. Looking for the ace, but Kevs will shut it down. And that's what Kevs is all about. He makes highlights for himself, and he denies it on the others because he's going to get 2 on the
30 seconds
board.
left.
A push going to be in order here, and now by Ursova. And this is what I want to see from Kevs. This is him back into full form. And with the shock darts being spammed onto the connector, he's making space for himself to plant down the spike, perhaps.
I mean, Kevs is indeed a phenomenal player himself, but it goes to show that perhaps if you're playing an agent you're not exactly
10
comfortable
seconds
with,
left.
then your performance would really suffer. But here so far has been doing it, has been making it
Spike
happen
planted.
for his team.
Beat still has the operator, so he's not going to be able to get the shot, and Ripper will be the one who gets the angle instead. High ground in his advantage. Kevs will get encaged there, and Chimaera will get another round. Gadors though.
Gadors. With that 4-piece, man. This guy. Take a look at this instant replay powered by XSplit. This is. I mean, just take a look at this one. Denying that refrag. I mean, oh my gosh.
The bad part there for Batgos is he had the angle, but apparently his shots from moving really hurting him in the end. That one shot putting Gado at 26 HP, 3 kills in a row para kay Gado. And you know, Reyna, that's a risky pick, but Chimaera is making it work.
Yeah. And this is again very much of a comfort pick for Gado. He's playing a lot of Reyna even in the ladder. So you know, this is something we sort of expect to see, just basically out-dueling their opponents. But let's see if AGN can sort of come back. If they can fight objectively and use their utilities, you know, on those brief flashes as well.
The punish immediately, actually catching out one good
I
one
know
on
exactly
Omen-chan.
where you
And here comes the Neural Theft also to get the intel. So as of the moment, Chimaera will be exposed. It seems like their pants are down on the site, and Beats in the meantime will be at the very least looking for a shot that won't happen. Spike planted though by AGN.
See if Beats can get a pick off here. Looks like he will finally on top of the platform with Gado on that beautiful flank.
First in hand, and he's not going to be using it as of yet because he's just getting kills and no one turns around. Bat
What's
goes.
happening?
You know, Bats, they need echolocation, but apparently the Phantom is pressed enough to not hear that one. And Worship will get that kill. Good do na naman, boss.
Yeah, man. He's just snowballing, using Reyna's kit to best of its ability. Again, if he can get a single frag on there, just you know, stack them up. If you're on those very sneaky lurking angles, you know, it really works out.
So Gado. This man is
Another replay.
showing us how it's done. And that's so unfortunate for Braintree because he's holding on to the ceiling angle, and suddenly there's still someone behind him.
You would expect, no, if you're planting for window or planting B, that someone would be watching the window.
Yeah, or at least taking it, right? That's
Yeah.
something that they can do in the first place, but they were holding close, and then suddenly from afar, it's Gado bringing in
Yeah.
justice. Now, this has to hurt AGN because 6-1 is not going to be good whatsoever for their match reports, as
Yeah.
well as their map differential, if ever. But Worship, Realist there, neural them now in order to get that intel, and this time, Chimaera will expose whatever AGN wants to do.
Now, they are on the offense for the side of AGN, so they could still bounce back coming into the second half. But again, the damage is already being done here by Chimaera. And, they're showing no signs of slowing down at this point.
Absolutely. They're not getting picked off. They're the ones picking off the opposition instead. And this time, it's time for AGN to figure out where to go. Seaside might be a place to try.
Pero nag-adjust na rin yung Chimaera. Hindi na sila masyadong aggressive as in the previous rounds. Parang syempre nabasa na nila that AGN is looking to punish them. And of course, now is the time to tone down.
May pagka-aggressive, but not completely.
They don't really like push out anymore.
Yeah, parang you peek out the window, but basically you don't jump out of it.
Right.
You're fine. You're dandy. You get a good sight line, and you can get a pick off, and that is
No
that.
overextending here.
I like it. Because one-man advantage forces Nefarious to figure out how their rotation work. And
30
Ripper will
seconds
take
left.
advantage there, catching up Drax. Hold close with the frenzy. Version back goes though with some pickoffs. And through the smoke, perhaps, who can get that kill? There we go with the cloud burst out. The league it's Version, and Beats will get that takedown instead. Chimaera right now with the one-man advantage. It's Kevs as well as Bat goes looking to fight. But here comes the fight from the Rays. And can the showstopper connect? No, it doesn't. The Braintree already with a kill. Gado is there again. And I gotta say, Vic,
Pulling off a shot like that with a Phantom,
ridiculous.
it's not easy. Right?
One more thing though for Chimaera, they're actually catching out AGN more often than not with the backs turned. And that's a big problem lang for AGN kasi pag nakatalikod ka, patay na patay ka talaga.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even about winning those 1v1 duels. It's about getting caught off guard. And at that point in time, it just goes to show that they can't get a read on Chimaera's strat, and that's not a good position
That's not
to be in.
at all. And it's a problem because no one is checking behind, no one is protecting your flank, and when you're trying to play the aggro, then you turn around to hesitate, and someone's waiting for you, you already know that that is going to be a big problem. Chimaera, opportunities are being given to them, and they are taking it.
Itong Chimaera naman, I say this oftentimes when we see them play, that they are phenomenal especially Beats and Ripper, and it's just crazy to see.
Realist also can count on him because he gets the headshot onto Gado, preventing the Empress
Spike
from
planted.
really snowballing there. At AGN, they say, screw it, we're gonna go for the site itself. Braintree's now looking for the wall bang.
I don't think
he can do that too,
do that.
unless you have Odin. Pero kailangan talaga nasa hell. I'm not too sure, pero it's a good try. Doesn't work out though.
Yeah.
AGN set up onto A side.
Post plant is in effect here, but they have the gun disadvantage.
Oh, Paranoia out does slow down whatever they want to do. Rolling Thunder also going to be essential, and Braintree gets one person is there, and he gets two instead. Frenzy in hand. Chimaera right now with the man's down, but it's going to be Worship right now. Getting one for a second. He will do it there. Can he get some
He has
more?
enough time
I
as
don't think he has enough time, but he can just go for the kill instead. He gets another one, looking for that fourth rather, but Bat goes, will wrap it up. Can he get away? Yes, he does, but barely.
Yeah, and even gets a gun at that. Thrifty round for AGN. Much needed round. They're 7-2 now. They're down by 5, but they can still they can still make this first half a 7-5 scoreline, and that would put them in a very good situation coming into the second half. So, very, very easy for the side of Chimaera, but all is not lost yet for the side of AGN. Definitely not an instant amount of
I'm already impressed by Team Chimaera though.
Yeah.
This team has been hiding in the shadows here at the KDR Tournament Series, and now that they're in the limelight, we already know that they are a force to be reckoned
Pakitang
with.
gilas na
Sobra.
No more
Ay,
charges
nako.
left.
This is just Chimaera showing us what aggro play is all about. Do it at the right place at the right time. Gado already getting it on the version. Backs him up though. The Omen there with a little help from Sova. And even though A site is secured here by Chimaera, it seems like C is going to be the order of engagement for AGN instead. Worship though might want to play by the logs as of the moment. Conrad sees the Cypher there. Gold line Lord, but sees the head of Draximov. It's like whack-a-mole waiting to happen para kay Worship, but Kev will swing to get that takedown. 3v2 muna tayo dito.
I was saying he was doing a very good job of
One
staying alive and
player
waiting for the rest of the
remaining.
team rotate. But he managed to get a 2 here in there. Beats though, and Gadot just closing off the round. What a stellar defense over there from Worship.
Whack-a-mole.
Whack-a-mole.
Just spams his head. Smack.
Grabe.
Goodbye.
You know, and I probably would have panicked and already died at that point. But, you know, just the presence of mind from Worship, staying alive and getting a 2K at that, beautiful.
It is impressive here from Team Chimaera, but AG.Nefarious still gonna have some fight in them. They have to figure out though how to do this and fast. Realist, Version, Draximov, all floundering there at the bottom right now, and you can really see that Bat Ghost and Kevs are trying to do their best again. Bat Ghost though, I gotta be saying that even though he's been caught out multiple times, he's been impressive at getting those kills. So really goes to show that AG doesn't have a roster filled up with talent. But Gadot does get the headshot, but he'll get paranoia to try and get a wave break because nobody kill on the Version already. Got there clear though, at mukhang ito na execution of AGN happening on A side.
And just strong arm defensive play here from Chimaera.
It's a massacre on the A lobby angle, and Draximov is the one all alone. Does get the shot onto Worship with 20 HP though. What can he really do? Lear gonna be in order already, and while Draximov is looking to find a little bit more of those kills, Gadot realizes the situation, looks to hold onto the gun, crashes around, but still gets shot by Draximov there.
Grabe naman, you know, Ghost, you know, making full use of that Ghost.
Hey, it's impressive, and it's useful to win that Ghost, because when you have the Ghost, right, you can actually one-tap anyone without armor,
Yeah,
and if you get
two-tap,
two-tap,
yeah.
then he's already dead there. So Jacksonville gonna be able to get a gun at least. Feels like, though, that this isn't about winning the round, it's about survival.
Yeah.
And he's
30
the one
seconds left.
hunting for maybe a target or two, if ever.
I mean, just goes to show that at this level, you know, you don't want to be hunting around the map one by one, even if it's, you know, only a lone agent on the side of AGN. You got to at least double up and do a buddy system to properly clear out certain areas on the map and hunt them down.
Yeah.
10
Come
seconds
together
left.
as one, hold those hands together and clasp them as much as possible. Pero ang Chimaera ngayon gonna have the 3v1 advantage. Playing for time, will take that win at
In a fair
9-2
fight,
Vim.
I'd
We
still
haven't seen
kill you.
a scoreline this impressive as of yet in the group stage, but
Yeah.
Chimaera is showing us how it is.
Last round and a half.
This is a very, very impressive showing so far. Definitely not the game scoreline that I was expecting coming into this match. Daks.
Same, because I really expected AGN and Chimaera to go all the
Yeah.
way. Na mag-overtime sila.
Yeah, I feel like these two teams, in terms of power level, you know, they're both over 9,000. You know.
And the thing about it is AGN has had the historical wins over Chimaera, but right now,
Yeah.
Chimaera just refuses to lose. Look at Gadot. He
Yeah,
is
dude.
just on fire. And when you see your Reyna like that, you should be confident as Worship looking for a bit of the shot there. Doesn't find a way to secure it whatsoever. Vandal in hand this time, so meron siyang backup gun. Kasi ito na yung last round before sides do swap.
Yeah, it's a very common strategy to, you know, buy as many guns as you can over there. If you can do like a quick bait and switch.
And at the very least, kung may rifle kang in reserve, you can actually play mid to close if ever, rather than relying on the op shot to bail you out. But 3 ultimates here for Team Chimaera. AGN, meantime, gonna have the neural theft. And they are trying to figure out where to actually go here, Vim, because AG.Nefarious has not really found any clear weakness.
Hindi sila
On side
hindi
of
sila
Chimaera.
nagpapapick yung Chimaera. So, talagang nahihirapan maghanap ng butas.
They haven't found any site reliable for this one. And here we go with Draximov right now, looking to go for a quick little aftershock. Flashpoint on the east side. Fury though, in order for AG3 is gonna try to make it happen. But Kev's Draximov already with 2 kills so far. AG.Nefarious even playing onto AG to try and duel, and 3 in a row here for AGN so far. They are doing a good job to really put a big damper on Chimaera's defense here.
Gonna be a 2v5 situation. Nowhere to run!
One player
Realist
remaining.
is there to try and figure out a little bit more, and that's gonna be that. Kevs will get the kill onto Beats, and AG.Nefarious at the very least ending strong there.
Yeah, they're fighting
Switching
back
sides.
and bringing a strong end to the first half. However, the damage has been done. Chimaera with 9 points on the board. Let's see if AGN can win these first couple of rounds and sort of, you know, mount a comeback here. It's still possible.
Still possible. possible. It's still such a possibility.
Pero yung lineup ng Chimaera, it's a very
It's very
lineup.
offensive geared,
Yeah,
you already
exactly.
know.
Yeah.
And the thing about AGN, it feels like they've only won once on each side. Parang yun yung feeling. Isa sa C, isa sa B, isa sa A. I may be wrong with that, pero
I
basically,
think you're correct.
parang yun lang nakuha nila dun sa offense na yun. So it's time for them to defend with all they got and more. Since they're already in position with the breach and the Cypher, then they should have an easier time on it. But Chimaera, one snowball, and they're good to
Revealing
go.
area.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't be surprised if they
Found
can take
them.
this pistol round as well. I mean, Reyna is so annoying on pistol round, man. It's
Kasi you
just-
can get armor,
you
diba,
can
in a
get
way?
full armor and a ghost. So
It's
like it's
ridiculous.
crazy.
It's one way to go about things. That one kill is what makes the difference. And in all honesty, when you're fighting it's a Reyna, a pistol, you want to double up as soon as you know where that duelist is to get that shut down. But
Oh, yeah.
tracks him up now. Flash in order. Here we go with the peek. Easy takedown onto Worship. Might do the same thing again, but here comes the swing. Here comes the push. That's going to be the flash right now. Holding close. And Gado will
Here
get
we
to.
go.
Ayan na, raid boss time para kay Gado.
This is the opening that he was waiting for. It's taking down my realist.
No openings made because Realist is going to be getting that takedown. Beats though is still there. Spike now going to get planted here by Brave Trees. And he will get caught out, left alone to his own
enemy
devices.
remaining.
Ripper though looking for the
One
duel
enemy
against
remaining.
Version. Batgo's jumping on in. 1v1 para dito sa dalawa. Pero ayan na si Ripper again to win it out. 10-3 at mukhang talaga ang Chimaera magwawagi sa pistol round na yun.
I mean, that was a very good defensive effort coming in there from that breach, but you know, he wasn't able to find a 2K right there, and he got double peaked in return. And Gado was able to basically snowball onto the site, opening the site itself.
Gado is doing it again. This is Gado's game to win, basically, and he is really showing us how it's done. 17-7. Ripper also 13-7. Great scorelines here for Team Chimaera, and now they will even have the advantage. Pero mukhang AG.Nefarious realizing na, wait, aggro players makalaban natin, might as well go for the shotguns instead to surprise them.
Right. I'm surprised they're actually going to A, knowing the fact that they're going to shotguns.
And they take that risk and already blows up in their face kasi huli si Ripper John. Great freeze though, and Beats right now gonna get those takedowns. Draximov trying to do the same thing. It's not gonna happen though. And AG running out of people. Boombot will get blown up, but Version gets the hell out in time. As he Beats gonna do the stinger, gets the ankle breaker there to
Spike
get that
planted.
takedown. All up to Batgos, but Gado is already lurking and waiting with the Phantom in hand.
Yeah, he's like basically on the prowl here.
It's on the prowl indeed. He's been the hunter.
Yeah.
He has been the apex predator.
He's not, you know, Sova isn't the hunter. This one
Ah,
is Gado.
he's Gado.
It's a guy named Gado.
I mean, Gado is like, I'm gonna eat your soul, bro. I don't know. It sounds,
Devour your soul,
that
bro.
sounds a little bit iffy, but I will take it because Gado is showing us how it's done overall in this game.
That's how you play a
kills.
Reyna.
Eh?
That's how you
Yun
play.
lang, the first kill is all you need. Parang unang domino to the But here we go with Batgos now caught at by Worship. 11-3. And Chimaera is really bringing in such a great showing for themselves.
I mean, kung if AGN was able to win out those 2 rounds, then arguably talagang comeback is within reach, and it would still be a very close game. Pero at this score line, 11-3, coming into the second half, man, I'm not sure if AGN could still mount a comeback. We'll see.
We'll see, because AG.Nefarious gonna have their chance here in the limelight. Third round turnaround is upon us. 4 of them with normal rifles, 1 with the Bulldog, double light armor though.
Revealing
And in
area.
the meantime, it's Chimaera.
There they
Double
are.
push with the buys that they need. Good eco states for the side of
No
Team
more.
Chimaera. But Gado now gets caught out by Kevs.
Take flight.
He needs to get those kills just like that to shut down whatever Chimaera wants to do.
Very careful and not get complacent and overconfident at this point.
Yeah, guns in hand though for Chimaera is the ones that they kept from the last round, and AG.Nefarious in the meantime looking to fight a little bit longer in this game. Every single round counts in the group stage, Vim. It's all up to that map differential to help you out in a case of a tie. And we both know that one of these 2 teams will end up with a 1-1 scoreline after this game. And it's
Yep.
looking to be AGN unless Chimaera does implode, and with AGN going for an epic comeback later on.
This might be one of the biggest comebacks we've seen in local Valorant history.
If it happens.
If it happens. But right now, Chimaera looking to be at a very good spot, you know, despite being a man down.
It doesn't really matter too much on Haven that you lose a man on the offensive. You can still stack on 4 and overrun whoever
No more
is solo
charges.
holding onto
Agreed.
a single site. But Kev's right now looking for Heaven
30 seconds
and Hell
left.
rather, and Hell in High Heavens. Or should
One
I
enemy
down
remaining.
was there as well, and Kev's is just popping off and getting the kills that AG.Nefarious need desperately.
I mean, AGN was having a hard time throughout this entire game, but Kev's, definitely a standout agent so far for the side of AGN in this game.
Yeah, the comeback though.
10
gonna
seconds
be
left.
Looking to start things off. If this is gonna be happening that way, if this is gonna be the storyline of the scriptwriters, this is the first chapter there. It's like
Yep.
introduction. Comeback
Perhaps,
time.
the first half was just the prologue,
Maybe.
and it was very, very.
No, I don't think it's a prologue. I think it's like the backstory.
The backstory,
The backstory
yeah.
is like, these guys have been winning for so very long. This is
And
our
then
first chance.
they get really,
Yeah.
turn on that first half. But
Yeah, it's one of those stories where you have like the best scar and gets taken away from you, so you have to start with a crappy one instead. It's one of those. Who
Yeah.
knows? It's AG.Nefarious though, at the very least, doing it again, and Kevs yet again bringing in the pain. 12 to 12 right now for himself. We were talking about it a lot. Someone needs to step up here for AG.Nefarious, and
And it's
Kevs
gonna
is
be
doing
Kevs,
it.
yeah.
Yep, yes sir.
Nowhere
And on the
to
other
run!
side, Version is really struggling. We haven't seen him do his amazing operator buy to get those kills. It's not happening whatsoever here on the other side of the coin.
Again, the operator being 5k credits, it's just so much harder to attain. And if you're not, if your team is doing very, very poorly throughout the entire game, it's really hard to attain. But Chimaera in the previous round, I don't believe they fully upgraded, so now they will have those full upgrades. Like here, Gado goes down though.
Yeah, they're shutting down Gado at the very least for the past few rounds, and they need that in a situation like this, where it's also going to be struggling. AG3 and a Dream, Sniper Cage, and Version going to be able to get that takedown instead.
I think at this point, dapat hindi sila maging confident. They
Ano na
keep
eh.
overextending alone, and that would be hard for downfall.
It's finally happening. Sometimes Hubris is
One
really
player
good there.
remaining.
And here we go with
Shut down.
Ripper. Gonna be falling to the hand of Version, who has 3, but Brain Freeze with the shutdown. 1v3 situation. Can't land behind this side, behind this double box here and now, but he has to do a
Spike
lot of
planted.
punishment because that's a fault line and the paranoia will happen. There's a flashpoint as well. He's blinded right now, and that's Kevs wrapping it up.
They're doing it. AGN winning 2 rounds in a row. See if they can sort of sustain this momentum.
Feels like though for AG.Nefarious, this comeback system
Not your
is
day,
that
is it?
they're getting these kills one by one. It isn't like, it's not super hype. It's just them getting the pick off that they need, then forcing Chimaera to go on site, and
Right.
then getting the pick out there.
I mean, you have Gado sort of on the lurk there, and then Worship on the lurk as well. I think at this point, if they just do a classic split push, then that would work out really well for them. I'd like to see them try that out.
I mean, AG.Nefarious, they have a lot of grit, especially on a map
Right
like
there.
Haven. And 11 to 5, even though it looks pretty insurmountable, it's still starting to come together here
Yeah.
for the Nefarious Squadron. Chimaera, though, as you mentioned, they need to play as a team. They need to figure something out, and they have to stop Godot from dying first.
I mean, they're not afraid of peeking those long lanes early on in the round, and so far it hasn't really been working for Gado and crew.
It's so difficult sometimes to play that Phantom. And you
Yeah.
mentioned it a while ago, you're impressed by what Godot was doing, but
Yeah.
on the defense, those angles are a little easier to do. On the offensive, it's very, very far. And
I have to agree.
honestly, I'd say Haven is a very battle-oriented map forever.
Yeah, pretty much like Ascent as well. If you have those very long lanes, typically you would favor a Vandal. I know some pro players have never used a Phantom in Ascent, for example. Very, very strange. But yeah, typically it would favor a Vandal. But I don't know. It really depends on your preference. There. Some players really prefer the Phantom over the Vandal.
And also depends on the angles and side that you are starting off in. So for now, Godot will show us how it's done. Close range with the Phantom Empress. Going for another one, but Kevs will shut it down. Worship though, and Ripper on the board. Franky's also covering fire with the Hunter's Fury. And with the Lightning on board, Version instead will be going for
30
double
seconds
tailwind
left.
into the Blade Storm, but it gets
Spike
nothing.
planted.
So it's 3v4 with
I
Chimaera
know
with the
exactly
advantage
where
and the
you
intel.
It's like Version tried to be happy with that boost. Just no avail.
Dodo has been shut down multiple times trying to do the Empress, but this time though it's Version looking to shut down this post plant defense because Real is going to be getting on
One
board there as well
player
for
standing.
AG.Nefarious. 1v2 situation. He's going for the brawl, but AG.Nefarious with the proper retake. They're
Turning
the
this
ones
around.
doing it. Exactly. Turning things around. Well played there to the Nefarious squadron because they refuse to lose.
Absolutely impressive comeback performance here from AGN. If they can keep this up, you know, they'll be in a really good spot, as I do believe Chimaera will be on a sort of broken by or perhaps eco round this next round.
Should be an eco here. They have all the rounds in the world and more. But remember, you know, AG.Nefarious is a team that has been beaten by a comeback before on a map like this. So they already know what are the elements that they can do to try to do the same old thing. And right now, they're doing a really good job with these retakes. They've been very essential at getting back those sides. Kev's doing a really good job. And something also to note is Gadot has been shut down multiple rounds in a row.
Parang nahihirapan yung Chimaera if Gadot gets shut down early, if they're down one man. Parang nahihirapan sila throughout the rest of the round. So I think they just have to do a classic split push and maybe try not to contest those long lanes very early on in the round.
Parang yun talaga yun. Gado also cursed yung ult niya. Pag re-Empress siya, patay kagad siya. So sad. And in a case like this, guys, we're going to have a quick little pause to figure out what's going on with some of our teams. In the meantime, though, Chimaera has to figure out what they need to do to take this win. Dalawa na lang kailangan nila para manalo dito. And if they do want to gear up for a playoff run, they should be able to take this game, if ever.
And also, like, the score differential matters, right? So they can't really get complacent and say, okay, we can afford to lose a few rounds. It'll pay off for them in the end if they make this a very decisive victory.
Yeah, and if you guys are writing off AG.Nefarious a little too early, you already know that you are wrong because this is a team that still wants to fight. Doesn't matter who wins this game right now because AG.Nefarious is making this a show, making this a spectacle, and making sure that they are fighting here in the KDR tournament series.
Yeah, they might have had a rough start here, but AGN is still AGN. And, you know damn well what they're capable of doing.
It's not even rough. It really feels like it's all cracked up there at the very start. They had growing pains. They had the adjustments that they needed to do. But Chimaera at the moment pushing, but not peeking onto the platform. Version will get one. He will get two. And Version, man, he has been upgraded to a completely new system here.
This is what AGN wants to see. Version making those big plays as well. And, it can't be the Kev's show, right? You have to have the whole team step up and do a concerted effort and try to mount a comeback here.
We'll see if this can actually work out here for the side of AG.Nefarious kasi mukhang si Chimaera. Ito si Gadot na naman nasa may bintana, Mr. Vim. He's waiting. He's looking for that initial pick, but yan na si Realist. And
does get the dink, but unfortunately, just a stinger.
Just as
One player remaining.
goes even on the board. AG.Nefarious looking to wipe out the floor of Chimaera on this eco round. And from a potential shutout, it's looking to be complete reboot here for AG.Nefarious. They are just going to be down by 4. Not yet, though, because Brain Freeze
30 seconds left.
Real is there. Last time from October. Finally, the numbers do add up. And AG.Nefarious getting another round again.
Flawless victory. Pero again, Chimaera, dalawa na lang yung kailangan nila to finish this match. They only need one to go for match point. So perhaps a bit of gameplay when it comes to ult economy is in play for the side of Chimaera. They can do something with that showstopper. They can do something with Brain Freeze's Hunter's Fury. And, diba? Parang yun yung win condition nila dito eh. Just play those ultimates and secure match point.
Yeah, just use as much of the tools you have in the first place. At kung yung mga AG.Nefarious fans, talagang nasasabi sa akin na, kahit rough start sila sa offensive, kayang-kaya nila sa defense. Like AGN win on the D. And tingnan natin nga, kasi mukhang it's coming through so far. Chimaera though, still. 2 rounds is 2 rounds. So the amount of errors AGN do right now is minimal. Pero mukhang yan si Realist, he makes no mistakes. He takes those. He gets 2 from the cubby and just TPs the hell out of there afterwards.
AGN looking very comfortable on Haven defense so far. And, tama ka dun eh. You can't really write them off at the beginning. Kasi parang really, the tables can turn over there in the second half. And napakaganda pinapakita ng AGN yan. Nakaka-multi-kill sila lagi as soon as the round starts.
Yes, sir. This time, gonna be Kev going on to the inside of the smoke, but Brain Freeze gonna be waiting with the teammate, and already the double up allows them
What do you
to get
do
that
when you
kill.
walk inside smoke and you find, oh, hello?
You run away, or you die. That's pretty much it. So unfortunate there. Chimaera gonna be having an advantage in a way to actually move on the round, but never mind. Version in behind. Numbers in favor of AGN still 3 versus 2, but they can still double up with 2 onto a single site.
30 seconds left.
Beats. I mean, he has to use it here.
If you want to win it, you have to commit. At tingnan natin kung makakommit ka ang Team Chimaera dito kasi mukhang nakaset up pa ang AGN sa C-site mismo. All about those traps and strikes from the Cypher. From the shadows still coming in behind. C-Long right now gets the intel.
10 seconds left.
What's going on. But the closest man here for AG.Nefarious is that Cypher playing in the garage. And Beats right now might see there. And Battles will still get the kill. And Brain Freeze gets a trade back.
It's going to be a very tough situation for the side of Brain Freeze.
All up to him right now.
They know where he is.
Exactly. Intel given by the corpse of the Cypher there. And Draximov will wrap it up. AG.Nefarious.
Daks coming back. They're still in this.
I want to see the score. I want to see the streak. Because I feel like that this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in a row for the defense.
Absolutely impressive, man. AGN, you know, especially in this level of play, you can't really count out a team until it's over. Napakaganda ng start ng Chimaera, but unfortunately they were shut down on the offensive side.
And remember, guys, the basic philosophy of Valorant: defense always wins.
Defense always wins.
Defense.
Di naman always.
I mean, no,
pero
like defense-oriented ang mga
defense-oriented.
Like, it's a general statement, but basically that's that. If you look at 2 evenly teams together and you see how the defense works out, you already know who has the advantage in the first place. So tingnan natin ngayon. Kasi mukhang si Kevs mag-hold with Version, and he has done it. Mr. Bim, rallying cry with the operator. Blades will go ignore the double tailwind right now. Oh, it's only a single one. Doesn't go for the second up. Throws a knife out, pero mukhang ang AGN mapapa-relocate dahil sa smoke na yun.
It seems like, you know, they're going for perhaps an A fake here. Or are they going to commit? The spike is still over there at the lobby.
Version holding on to A long itself, waiting for someone to pick and pick. Can he actually pick off someone already? No operator will be able to expose itself, but Chimaera playing it slow and steady. Time for the smoke. Time to see if they can get these kills. Already though, Version got shot. Version Blaze in hand. 2 in a row for Version. So far, Kev's gonna get on the board as well. And even though we lose the Sova, it's already AGN still holding on to the side. Rotates are there. 3 in a row. And Version.
What is going on?
He's woken up.
He's popping off, bro.
He's like, I was asleep a while ago. Forgot to turn on his monitor.
He's like, turn on, bro.
Forgot to plug his mouse. He only had his keyboard. And then now, from worst to third, honestly.
Back to true form here, Version. This is what we expect to see from this man right here.
And he has the operator. Honestly, it really feels like he's a completely different beast. And we see it with the Blade Storm also into play. Just having the op just makes your tempo a bit different from having the rifle.
Right.
And Version feeling comfortable with the Blade Storm.
Having an op and a Blade Storm, though.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's the thing I was talking about. The tempo between the op and the Blade Storm is still different from the rifle and the Blade Storm. And it really feels like Version is one of those players who likes to have the sniper as well as the blades, if ever. But Bad goes already with 1. Might get traded here. Yes, he does. Gador will get that kill. And Gador is here again to knock on the door of Garage and get 2 so far. Can he get a third? No, he doesn't. Realist with the shutdown here and now. 3v3 tayo dito. Pero Chimaera gonna have a bit of the positional advantage to go over to A site.
That was incredible. Incredible play from Godot. And that's, you know, what they need right now if they want to secure match point here. They do have Showstopper online, and for the side of AGN, their omen is basically very, very low in HP.
Question is though, Chimaera getting the plant on.
Spike
Is
planted.
it 11? Cursed number. On even.
Perhaps.
It is looking very, very dicey.
Parang ano eh, nakita na natin.
It's an omen. Speaking of the omen right now, Real is looking for the paranoia play here. And now looking to find a little bit more of the angle, looking to try and blind someone. Speaking of blind, there's a flash, but the showstopper is in order. Kev's the way tag onto Ripper. Beats gonna get that takedown in response. Frenzy though in hand. He needs to get closer to get this pistol. And worship tapping them down. Chimaera!
With the thrifty!
They steal it! They steal it there,
Steal
Bim.
it away!
And that's how you break the curse. You
Match
get a
point.
win when you didn't expect.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I gotta give it to Godot right there with those sheriff plays with the rush. That was just incredible.
If he doesn't die, he kills. That's it. It's a very basic statement, pero kita talaga natin kung hindi ma-shutdown si Godot ng maaga, yun yung
That's a
magiging
big
problema.
problem. Very imposing presence on the board.
just had the Sheriff, and he caught at Batco's there. Now, that's a bit of a problem there again for Batco's. Now, even though he's doing a really good job right now, he's getting caught unaware multiple times. At alam mo talaga, when you lose person to Reyna, you are in trouble.
Absolutely. Now they're going in full force right here. Version though takes down Beats.
That's going to be a good shot down there by the Jet holding close, and he is going to be doing this over there. Realist though with tag onto Gado as well. And Chimaera right now trying to explode onto C-side. Ripper version on the board. Realist is there. Brain freeze as Battle is on off. At mukhang neural theft muna tayo dito. Counter intel with the recon. Field flash right now. It's Kev's going to get on the board. Worship right now looking for a target. 1v1. And Chimaera will wrap it up in a skirmish of a frenzy on C-site.
Oh my gosh. Look at that Worship with 8 HP left. Just clutching it out. Absolutely impressive. Parang after that 12-round win, parang okay.
We're good.
Tara, kampante
I
na tayo ulit.
mean, it wasn't Secura. That was not a secured round whatsoever.
Right.
Did you see that? We saw rifles getting the flanks.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
got
yeah.
the two operators dueling. We saw the smoke. And the big thing was neural theft versus recon bolt. Both sides had intel on each other. And it
That's
was so very
crazy.
close. It could have gone either way. It could have been AG.N forcing that one out. But Chimaera will take the win. What a nail biter, though. Ridiculous stuff there
Absolutely
by
amazing.
Team Chimaera. They got a good start on, well, their defense, but then on the offense, floundered a little bit. Really goes to show, though, that anything can happen on a map like Haven. AG.Nefarious playing back to their defensive traits and strengths, but unfortunately, score just was a little too much to handle.
Yep. I mean, grabe yung comeback ng Agent and mad respect to those teams, especially Kev, especially Version as well. It was a concerted effort from their whole team, very well played. But they had too much of a rough start. Chimaera was just absolutely impressive. Gado just really made it happen for his team early on, especially on the defense. So he was just so hard to stop. Such an imposing presence on the board. And especially to secure that 50 round on match point, he was able to get a 2K with that Sheriff.
Yeah.
That really opened things up for the rest of his team.
To put them in a good spot to actually go for a fight like that. And in the end, it's 50-50. We saw it. Diba? HP?
Yeah.
That is really a coin toss there.
50-50
And
talaga. Oh.
the thing is, ang problema, sige, 50-50 nga. Pero let's pretend, coin toss tayo. I need to only win once, you need to win 3 times. So eventually,
Exactly.
diba, the odds are
The
in my
odds,
favor.
yeah.
And Chimaera is able to do it. Even matchup though, overall, gotta say, AG.N might be thinking, what if we only had Nexi though in this roster right now? That's always a question because even though we see Batco's doing a good job in getting those kills, there's something
He's getting flanked a lot.
Yeah, he's getting flanked a lot, and parang yun yung nagiging problema in a way na AG.N loses out on what comms, maybe calls, or maybe just that whole presence of mind in the game itself. Iba pa rin kung ikaw yung 6-man because you're not always playing in these tournaments. So it really just goes to show though na ang AG.N, they just had these small little things that didn't go in their favor. Chimaera in the meantime, they had do those amazing.
I mean,
amazing
sometimes,
setups.
especially pag, when you have a lineup like Chimaera, right? And they're all on fire. They're just absolutely ridiculous in terms of raw mechanical skill. I've said this time and time again, but it's just so true. They're very, very scary.
Chimaera, this is a team saying, hey, we are a strong team for a reason, and they're trying to prove that they haven't stagnated whatsoever. They're always at the top, but how far to the top can they go? Because right now, they are our leaders for our second group. AG.Nefarious though, at least softening the cushion right there, softening the blow, rather with the good comeback in terms of the score line. So map differential isn't too bad for them, but they do need to work for it on their third game in their group. But speaking of groups, man, we still got Group A to go back to.
And I cannot wait for that next match. But again, very well played to both of our teams, Chimaera and AG.N. Such an intense match, as always, as to be expected here in the group stages of the KDR Tournament Series. I'm going to be throwing it back to our two hosts over here, Archer and Laika. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Daks and Vyminal. Again, our very handsome casters. I love saying that. Okay, so
point.
whew, Archer,
What a game.
what a game
Nail bite.
indeed. Though, congratulations, of course, to Chimaera for winning that game against AG.Nefarious. All I can say though is for Team Chimaera, They got agado.
Oh, agado. Popping off really early.
Oh, yeah.
Multiple triples, even a quad. And grabe pinakita niya talaga, like showing dominance with that Reyna. And sadly, nagka-stumble sila mid to late game kasi nagka-straight dun. Nagka-comeback season.
I believe it was 6 straight rounds
6 straight rounds. And
for
syempre,
AG.Nefarious.
for Chimaera, medyo, what's happening?
Kinakabahan ka.
Oh,
Pero
what's
ayan yung
happening?
masasabi kong Archer na beautiful, beautiful esports.
Totoo.
Yan ang tatawagin ko.
Oo.
Yung pag nafe-feel mo yung thrill from the game that
Yeah.
you're watching, that's the stuff that we want. Yung excitement that we feel when we watch these
Yes.
games. Amazing gameplay by both teams over here.
Na parang walang susuko, never say die, they fought, pero sadly they come short. Chimaera taking that win. So, ayun guys, don't forget din pala, since nanalo ang Chimaera, may chance pa din kayo manalo na ating
Pwede
mga
rin kayong
giveaway.
manalo. Tama.
Yeah. And just join, comment down below, sa pin comment down below ang
Yes,
ating
you can-
mechanics.
Yes, exactly. Napakasimple lang. Of course, our official hashtag for today is hashtag step up your game. And in doing so, by including all of the official hashtags that we have, you guys stand a chance to win our special prizes like 500 pesos worth of Gcash, Legion K500 gaming keyboard, Legion M500 gaming mouse, and some XSplit licenses.
Yan. And as we go back after the break, we're gonna be announcing the winners for the mouse and for the 3 months for XSplit. Kaya sa mga hindi pa nakasali dyan para sa mechanics ating giveaway, don't forget to check it out and join kasi malay nyo kayo ang manalo sa ating gaming mouse and the 3-month XSplit license.
Syempre, hindi naman magiging posible ang lahat ng ito if it weren't for our sponsors. So we'd like to thank Globe at Home because with Globe at Home, you can recreate the world right at home.
Yan. And the official PC partner for the KDR tournament series, that's gonna be Legion Philippines and Intel. Stylish outside, savage inside.
Syempre, powered din tayo by XSplit. Nakita naman natin lahat ng replays kanina. Solid na solid yung mga gameplay and thank you so much to XSplit for that one.
Yan. And this is brought to you by Valorant PH and Valorant Rising.
There you go, guys. Again, sali na kayo sa giveaways and of course, keep on watching because we've got more Valorant action coming your way.